everyone, it's your host with the most, Nitrex. Hope you guys are having a good day today. I'm having a swell day myself. Anyways, instead of doing my normal top 5 mangas of lewdness or whatever, I decided to do something different. This time, I'm doing top 5 lone wolf action scenes. Jackie Chan edition. Now, as my set piece, I want to explain 2 things. Number 1, like, comment, subscribe to this video right here, right now. If you like what you see and you like more, with an exchange of liking and support, it helps the channel out and it gets you what you need. You know, fair trade. Anyways, the second thing I want to get to is I'm going to put down 3 rules for how I'm going to go about this. And these 3 rules are not ways of restriction, but simply is ways to make it entertaining and fun for me as well in the long run. Now, first of all, rule number 1, the main character can never be helped. Maybe get an assistance to get to a different area, or a weapon that helps them prolong the rest of the fight. But if it's more than twice, then no way Jose. It should not be there. Rule number 2, I can't use sequels or another scene from the same movie. Which in this case, it would be called cheating, and it's more fun and challenging if I were to try to choose different stuff from a different list. And the third and last rule, no final fight scenes. Meaning the character can't fight the main antagonist or the boss or someone who is a very large and huge obstacle within the way of their path. I also want to be a little bit different from Watch Mojo or all these other people who do top 5 lists. Now, from what I'm saying, I want to do honorable mentions early. Anyways, without further ado, let's start off with our honorable mention before we get to the list. And for our honorable mention, we have Shanghai Noon, a movie where Jackie Chan is in a western town on a mission to help find and save the princess. Now, being that his character in this film is going against those who have firearms, Jackie Chan decides it would be a smart idea to use a horseshoe as a projectile base from a rope, which in so he succeeds. Now, in real life, if you try to do this, I'm pretty sure you'll be shot. But Jackie Chan, I guess, is fast enough to put people down with just the horseshoe. So, you know, that's great. The only thing Jackie Chan has with that horseshoe is drip. Lots and lots of drip, okay? So to start the top 5 off right, we have 1991's Operation Condor with Jackie Chan. Now, in this particular scene, I call it Warhead, where Jackie Chan is in this lost, forgotten bunker that's filled with gold that the mercenaries are trying to get, and he's in their way. So, this is why he's fighting them. In particular, Jackie Chan's fighting in this dangerous environment where everything around him is just as destructive as the guys he's fighting. Being that if he's not careful, he, or not just him, everyone else can also die as well. Now, I chose it in particular because Jackie Chan here holds his own against highly trained mercs, who are basically just as much of a trained fighter as he is. On top of that, keep in mind that these guys literally had chances to kill him, and he manages to escape situations with his own wit and ingenuity. So, it takes a lot. I'll tell you that, it takes a lot. Now for the number 4 of our list, we have Twin Dragons, 1992, a Jackie Chan film where he and another of Jackie Chan, I don't know how they did it, basically are trapped in an automobile assembly place, all because Jackie Chan basically pissed off a gang leader. Now, for why and who, you can go watch it for yourself. Now, however, I will talk about this particular scene because Jackie Chan not only has to worry constantly with the environment like Operation Condor, the major difference is that he has a reason to go and save his brother, not because they're blood relatives, but simply because his brother gets hurt just as he gets hurt. So, he dies, he dies. Simple as that. But the sequence here is kind of unique. I mean, maybe not the best of Jackie Chan's work, because a lot of people can probably school me in that. However, Jackie Chan in this film knows how to bring it home despite that. Even if it's a movie like Gorgeous, which to a lot of people's knowledge is not a great Jackie Chan movie, but at the same time, the fight scene at the end was like the greatest thing that people have ever seen, alongside with him fighting against Tony Jet. So when it comes to this film, I remember from childhood, it's a nice movie, it's not bad, you don't have to really rely on the story to follow it, so just enjoy it as a family fun movie, even though it has a bit of adult jokes. So take it with some grain of salt. Okay, can we seriously talk about Rumble in the Bronx? Now, whenever anyone talks about this movie, they only talk about this particular scene. This scene where Jackie Chan appears in this guy's territory to beat the ever-living shit out of him, all because he not only messed up around the store, but around his whole entire neighborhood. So pretty much Jackie Chan whoops ass in this scene. Don't get me wrong, I'm not choosing this scene for 3 various reasons, but the big reason is simply because he fights the boss at the very beginning. So that's a no-no. The scene I'm choosing is this one. The scene where he establishes his power and authority. Literally, Jackie Chan beats the shit out of these guys who get him at knife point, and they're all just standing there trying to rob the store and vandalize it a bit here and there. It's funny how the store has that much money despite the fact that they're robbing it all the time. On top of that, Jackie Chan beats these guys up while he still has his jacket. Like seriously, Michael J. White, you can learn a thing or two. At least he didn't have to throw his jacket away just to prove a point to get people to stop messing with you. And on top of that, Jackie Chan beat these guys so bad that they all literally left the room as he was beating them up. He's literally putting the fear of God into them. That's the way Jackie Chan works. And that's why he's my fucking hero.
Did he really mean that?
You damn right I mean that. Now on to number 2. We have here The Legend of the Drunken Master, or in anywhere else, Drunken Master 2. Where this movie came out in 1996, but came out to DVD for the US in 2000. Anyways, in this particular film, Jackie Chan plays a character named Fei Hung, who happens to be a son of a doctor that apparently has the ability to fight while being super drunk, which is his ability and technique. Now, being in this film, there's a lot of great fight scenes. Honestly, I recommend you guys to watch this movie on your own volition instead of just watching somebody talking about it. This film is amazing. Everything's great here. Now, anyways, the particular scene we're talking about is this scene where Jackie Chan confronts these thieves by beating up all of the guy's men who happen to work there and were simply mining or a coal factory. I don't know what this factory is particularly, but the main point is they work for the baddie in stealing stuff. So Jackie Chan has to show them what's what by putting them all down. Literally, you have to knock them all out. And on top of that, the climax to this film is amazing. But so is the fight scene before he gets to him. It's just, my lord. Go see this movie. I don't need to spend any more words to tell you how great this fight scene is. If you can see what's going on, I'm pretty sure you should just go watch the movie on your own terms. Seriously. On top of that, I also did a dub for this on my Instagram. Go check out my Instagram so that you can see the dub. For our number 1, we have Jackie Chan's First Strike, or known anywhere else as Police Story 4. In this one, Jackie Chan's a cop who goes overseas to stop this corrupt force from using this powerful weapon. Now, being that he's the only thing that's standing in their way, being that he has to fight Russian terrorists by himself, now in the scene in question is where he goes to try to come clean to a girl who he inadvertently hurts for trying to do his job. Now, because it's on the list, things don't actually go as planned. Where instead, they are trying to beat the hell out of Jackie Chan, since they think he's the one that's behind the murder. Now, Jackie Chan here does his best to defend against every single guy who has a weapon by using brooms or using tactics to be able to disarm people, and it doesn't work because they're just as resourceful as he is in terms of combat. Now, when things go awry, he relies upon the latter to end up being the game changer. So much so, he manages to keep the guys at bay until the reinforcements has arrived, which is the most horrifying thing I can say for any action hero, to see a whole bunch of guys with staffs ready to beat your ass. Now, outside the fight scene, there's two things that I like particularly. Number one, what Jackie Chan does with the ladder, where he just sits down and gives up. And two, how the ladder falls and everyone jumped. That was the funniest part of the movie to me. Just note that this man is my hero, okay? Long story short. Like, it goes no bounds. That's all I can pretty much say. I'll be sad when he dies one day.
How did Jackie Chan die? Jackie Chan never died.
I hope you guys liked the video.
Yes, officially answer.
Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Who will win, Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee? Bruce Lee win. Let him win.
I won't kiss you. I'll spank you.